Every year there are West Nile cases and other mosquito-borne disease cases around the state. And we're at a point now with how many mosquitoes we have. I'm sure we living in Albuquerque have seen the difference. We really need to start protecting citizens. We know that there are at least 4 new species moving their way through North America. Every year we are seeing increased amounts of mosquito-borne disease cases. And for instance, last year in 2025, my husband was bit by a mosquito in our backyard and contracted West Nile. And neither one of us knew that it was even a risk actually being here in the desert. So he just passed away last month from complications from West Nile. And I've been working with the global health team at UNM and other agencies around the state to really understand where are we in mosquito-borne disease. West Nile is a big part of that, but there are other diseases. So we have currently in 2025 somewhere between 52 and 55 documented cases of West Nile. However, we know that there's more because the blood test to test positive for West Nile is only 20% sensitive. That means that 80% of people who are tested for West Nile, whether they have it or not, will automatically be a negative. So it's not a very sensitive test. And if you're immune suppressed, like my husband was, you won't test positive because your body can't create the antibodies to test positive. So it's not a real comprehensive test. And so many cases are marked as more probable West Nile, suspected West Nile, or suspected other mosquito-borne viruses. The danger in that is that they aren't reported. So when the global health team crunches the numbers, we didn't really have 50 some odd cases in 2025. We had 6,500 to 10,000 cases in 2025. But here's where it gets more concerning, is of those 50 some odd cases, 43% had some kind of neuro involvement, meaning the brain was attacked, which is what West Nile does, the center of the brain that controls the entire nervous system. And that's what it did to my husband. He was a quadriplegic, he was ventilated for 8.5 months. It really destroys the body if you're hit hard. And those cases we know, but actually nationally, if you get West Nile, only 1% are hit with neuroinvasive complications. But here in our state, of those 55 cases, 43% were hit with neuroinvasive complications. So what that really means is that we have way more cases and we're overlooking immune suppressed individuals. So those people, if you're immune suppressed, you aren't testing positive. My husband was not actually reported as a West Nile case, and he died in 2026. He is the first death of West Nile that we know of in 2026. However, it's not reported. So the danger is we're not putting enough attention, we're not putting enough funding, we're not putting enough education towards it, and it's really a serious situation.